Hi, everyone. Welcome to Clutch Entertainment today. And today we're going to be talking about how to make money on the side. If you're doing like either a side hustle, a side job, there's a ton of different ways. And I'm just going to explain a bunch of different ways you can do that. And it's very important that we know about these things because sometimes we need a little extra money on the side. So say something comes up like a car repair, or maybe you need to pay for a medical bill, or maybe you need to pay for even your groceries. It's always good to have a little extra money on the side. And I had another video that talked about budgeting and tips and tricks like that, but this is going to be more focused on what kind of work you can do on the side outside of your regular job that doesn't take too much time, or it's not too time consuming. So that way you have a free time in your life, and you have some free time to spare for some side jobs. And it's always nice to have a little side job too, because it takes up some time when maybe you might be bored or something like that, if you don't have a whole lot in your life going on, and that can really help too. So I would say the first thing I'll go into is like freelance positions. So there's a number of different freelance positions you can do. You can do photography. You could do like you can go on to like a website called Fiverr and offer your goods and services. Like you can produce music for people. You could produce writings for people. You could make videos for people, intros for videos. I actually personally went on to Fiverr and actually got this background I'm on right now made by somebody on Fiverr. So it was pretty nice. I enjoyed getting that taken care of, and it was cheap and affordable, but I'm paying that for that good and service. Another thing you can do is put in a personalized ad in the newspaper for freelance work. I know in the older times there used to be a lot of like stuff in the personalized ads in like local newspapers. Nowadays it's more focused on like online ads and advertising. So I would definitely get invested in maybe something like that if you have something to offer, and that can definitely help you, boost if you're trying to get yourself, a little extra popularity or how to get known a little better, and that'll help you overall for that. So another thing you could try, instead of like freelance work, you can actually do your own ebook. A number of people write books, and you don't have to specifically get a paperback or hard book copy produced. You can make an ebook, and then you can have like an audio book basically on top of the ebook. And that will definitely get yourself online, get you known, and then basically people can download your book and read it. You can just think about any kind of thing you want to write about, to be honest. It could be fiction, nonfiction, autobiography. Anything like that is really important, and that'll boost how to make an ebook. And then another way you can make a little side money is, this is mostly for like maybe younger people, but it's still possible for, some adults have to do this sometimes, but babysitting. Babysitting is a really good way to take care of some kids that are younger. I would recommend, being at least 16 to 18 years old before you do this, so that way you can gain the trust of the people, and that way you can take care of the kids, watch the kids while the parents are away. And babysitting is very rewarding too, because it gets you, some experience with kids, and it gets you like some experience like and trust from the adults around you, and it gives you a little experience like talking to people younger than you. But babysitting definitely a good alternative. It's good thing to learn. I know like I had to babysit some of my brothers and sisters growing up because I was the oldest of 8. So I got a lot of experience with kids my whole life, basically. So I know how to interact with kids, and I know how to talk to them and interact with them. And it definitely helps to have that as a skill too, because it develops your interpersonal skills with children. Another thing you could do is you could try house sitting. My brother does it for a family when they go on vacation or they go out of town. Basically, when you house sit, you'll take care of like all their things that they can't take care of when they're gone, obviously. You'll grab their mail, you'll take care of their pets, you'll take care of their house overall, and just relax and, do your own thing. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's nice to have someone you trust in your house taking care of everything and making sure, nobody robs your house either. And that's definitely a good security measure for yourself, and it's a good security measure for your overall like house in general, so you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm gone, somebody's going to steal my stuff, or, oh my gosh, I'm gone, I got to find someone to watch my pets, or, oh my gosh, I'm gone, I have to get this done, but nobody's around to help me. If you hire someone, like if somebody hires you to do that, it can definitely help, give you a little extra money on the side. I know house sitters usually pay pretty well. Typically maybe for like a weekend or so. I mean, it could be anywhere between, $30 to hundreds of dollars, depending on how long you're there. So it's a little side hustle you can do, and it's really nice that you can do it because it's not super difficult. It's just the big thing is just taking care of things around their house. Another thing you could try is something I like to do is go on Facebook Marketplace and sell a lot of your older stuff or stuff you don't use. It's just lying around. I've sold a number of things on Facebook Marketplace myself. Like I've sold mattresses. I sold my old laptop I don't use anymore. I sold my one of my old beds, the bed frame. I sold a chair. I sold a bike. I've sold playing cards. I've sold a whole bunch of different items that I haven't played in a while. I haven't used, and it's a good way to just pick up a little bit of money on the side. I've even sold one of my old DS's, Nintendo DS's from 6 years ago. It was a really good way to get rid of it, without just tossing it out and being like, I get nothing for it. It's better to get something back for something you pay for new than get nothing. And there's always people out there that may want to buy it, and I just sold the stuff and I just made a little extra money on that. I know there's other people that sell on eBay. And eBay is a good alternative also just because you can ship it to people too online. So when you go ahead and sell it, you'll be able to ship it out to everyone, and then they'll be able to receive your items online instead of meeting up on Facebook Marketplace. Because Facebook Marketplace, you typically meet up with the people, but you don't exactly have to ship it out. There's some ways that you could ship it to people, but it's more likely that you're just going to meet up with them, or they're going to show up at your house and pick it up. So it's a really great alternative to overall making a little money on the side. It's kind of like a garage sale, and that's my next point that I'm going to talk about is have a garage or yard sale. Garage or yard sales basically are just like the Facebook Marketplace thing, only it's more localized and people can just come and see your old stuff. And as the saying goes, one man's junk is another man's treasure. I forgot who said that, but it's a really good saying to go by, and people really enjoy getting older stuff that maybe you don't want anymore, but maybe they want. It could be old autograph stuff. It could be family heirlooms, maybe some kind of jewelry or something that doesn't have any meaning to you anymore. I mean, that's an understatement there, because some people might be like, oh my gosh, I'm selling my jewelry. But there's just a number of different things you can sell, and just putting it out there, you just making that extra money on the side. And then another thing that I do typically is I like to do Doordash. So I do Doordash. Basically, you just do food delivery, and you take the food to people's houses, and you just make tips on the side. And typically I make about $20 to $25 an hour when I do DoorDashes. It's typically maybe 4 deliveries an hour, I think, about that's my average. So it's really an alternative way. I know sometimes they have specialty promotions. One promotion they had a few weeks back was it was you get $200 if you make 25 deliveries. So I made 25 deliveries on a weekend, and they gave me a bonus $200, which is really nice. I made $150 on top of that, which made it $350 for the weekend, and that's on top of my normal job. So it's definitely a good way to boost your money, and definitely a good way to go about it. There's other ones, Uber Eats. I'm not too familiar with that, but it's very similar to DoorDash. And there's also Uber and Lyft as far as driving people. So you can drive people, and then you can take people places, and they end up paying you for driving them in your personal car. And all of these can be written off with gas the gas tax write-off through the government when you do your taxes at the end of the year. So I think it's like typically 55 cents a mile, but it's a really good way to, even when you're using your car and your own gas, it's a good way to write it off and, keep your car in good shape too, because, driving your car is better than having it sit for a long time if you don't drive it a lot. So use it doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, and doing Lyft and Uber in general. That definitely can give you a little bit of side money also. Another thing we could do is, there's people that need their dogs walked. And so there's some dog walking services. I'm not sure of any apps. I think there's some apps for that. But basically you can walk other people's dogs and get paid for it when they're at work or such like that. So that's another alternative. And then there's also car washing. You can do car washing and you can wash people's cars, like interior and exterior. I knew someone who did like detail work, and he would charge, I think, like $200, $300 for a car. I mean, that's pretty good work, and you do like an hour or two to make the car look great, and that's like $200. I mean, that's really good money on the side. And then I've heard of like people doing tutoring also. Tutoring like math tutoring, social studies tutoring, science tutoring, like all kinds of different tutoring services. You can do it for college, high school, middle school. Typically some places pay on the side like freelance for that. And that definitely can boost your money too on the side. And then one of the last things is Yardwork. Yardwork is definitely a big thing. I know people have like gone out and cut grass for people or trim their houses, or not trim their houses, but trim their weeds at the house. And that definitely is a good way on the side. And then also, maintain just the landscape in general, just making sure like plants are potted and plants are planted in the ground and watered and all set up correctly for the right person. There's a lot of older people out there who can't take care of their yards, and when you offer to do like some kind of landscaping or yard work service, people will pay you for that on the side, and it's pretty good money because you're doing manual labor outside and you're working hard, and it makes you feel good too in the end. So and then the very last thing that I would say, like, out of all this, I don't know too many online survey sites, but I know at least I do Google Play rewards. So basically what they do is it's like online surveys basically. So they give you a survey and you get like maybe like a few cents on the side, and then it adds up over time. So like Google Play rewards, what I do is on my phone, I get rewards and fill out surveys based on like my YouTube history I've watched on Google, and based on like things I've played and stuff like that. So they send you like surveys, and you get a little bit of money based on doing the survey. And that's another alternative to, getting money on the side. But overall, these were a bunch of different things, you can do each day. And there's a lot to, look around for when you get one ideas and you want to do something new for yourself and be creative with it. There's several other ways to make money on the side besides your regular jobs. But just think about it a little bit, think of what you're good at, and put yourself out there. I think that's the biggest thing for people. You got to put yourself out there in order to do things. And, maybe like you'll hear somebody say, hey, I need help with something, and they'll just pay you on the side also. So anytime you can take advantage of like making a little extra money on the side, like it can really help you on the side in general. And it can really boost your confidence, boost your morale as far as like making some extra money. And that way you don't have to be in a frenzy or panic. Or even if you have extra money already, it'll give you a little money to, have a little fun. Like maybe you want to go purchase some kind of, new TV, or you want to buy a new video game system, or you want to buy some big stereo system, or you want to buy some new what do you call those, AirPods or whatever for Apple. So I mean, there's a lot of different things you can purchase with money and on the side, or maybe you just want to donate it to someone. Donating money on the side too is really nice, and it helps a lot of people out. So, but thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today. And if you have any additional questions about any side things or have any ideas for people, just leave it in the comment section below. And thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.